Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah. James J.C. Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And as you already know, the link is what you think. 360-degree help. We got our guest, co-host, Dr. Michael Mantell. And I tell you, I'm just going to say it. He did it again. He did it again. He with this guest that he chose today is international. Going to inspire us, and I just love the topic that we're going to talk about. So Dr. Michael, this is going to be fabulous.
This is going to be great. It's so good to see you and Michelle, of course. The topic reminds me a lot of you, James, because we're going to be talking about movement and restoring dignity through it. And you bring a lot of movement in your life, and you both bring a lot of dignity. So I just thought, wow, this is going to be a great opportunity.
Well, we try to do the best that we can, Michelle and I. And it's just, having you in our world, it makes us happy because you have a lot of dignity as well. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Getting used to being back home. Got home yesterday. Travels, vacation, girls trip. Had a great time, but I'm looking forward to getting back and welcoming and introducing this amazing guest for our 360-degree health series.
I think this is 84, 85 shows, Dr. Yeah.
We're going strong. We're not giving up.
So I'm excited about the topic, and I'm excited about this guest. So I tell you what, whichever platform that you are watching us on, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, you'll get you. Michelle, can you do the honors of introducing the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Yes. Well, it is 360-degree day, Health Day, and we are talking about creating better lives, living longer and stronger through respect and community. And we have our special guest today, Mr. Ken Baldwin. He is a functional aging specialist, movement and wellness educator, ex-Australian military, physical training instructor with over 30 years experience in the fitness industry, and he's the director of education for Perform Better Australia and founder of the Healthy Aging Institute. We're going to talk about what is the forgotten community and what are they looking for. Breaking down community, respect, simple, treat others the way you expect to be treated. As director of education for Perform Better Australia and the founder of the Healthy Aging Institute, Ken is continually developing education content to share with fitness professionals nationally and internationally. In 2019, he was inducted into the fitness industry's Roll of Honor for outstanding services to the industry and also recognized as a game changer in the industry and one to watch. Please welcome to our show, Mr. Ken Baldwin.
Thank you, Michelle, and good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Good afternoon.
It's an absolute pleasure having you on, Ken, and I'm excited about this show that we're going to be talking about because we all are, I like to say, becoming a little bit more seasoned, and certain things that we need to have an understanding on, for us living longer and stronger. Through respect in the community. So I'm gonna ask the first question. Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about you? What made you click? Why you're so passionate about this topic?
So I started my career in the military at a very early age and spent almost 30 years in the Australian Defence Force. And my role is similar to the drill instructor in your services, where it was my role to have people get fit and be deployed so that they could go on deployment and serve. So I dealt with all the broken bodies when they came back and experienced the mindset issues that they had when they came back from deployments. And so it was quite challenging, very rewarding as well to keep people active at the same time. I then transitioned into the fitness industry because just my lifestyle, healthy, fit, and to keep moving, and started group fitness teaching classes and transitioned across into the workforce that way. Trained thousands of clients, looked at their goals and to see what we could do and how we could best meet their needs. And also train fitness professionals because I felt that there was not enough education out there. It was too one-sided and one-dimensional, where it was just trying to push them as hard as they could to reach their goals. And we all know that mindset is the biggest area that we have to look at. And that's transitioned a lot of my training, taking my experience from an elite capacity to everyday life and people who require just to keep moving and just to keep well within the industry. And that's since transitioned. I'm older now, and so are most of my clients, and we move differently. Our lives change. We have different goals, and our training needs to change and our mindset needs to change. And so that's where it's at. I'm looking at longevity, wellness and recovery in everything that we do. And I think movement and mindset are the two foundations to that.
Amazing, Ken. You said it all. What else can we ask you? It's so important. You show us that movement is not just physical. It's deeply emotional, it's relational, and it's transformational. The concept of functional aging. What does that mean? Explain that concept to us. How does it differ from staying fit or exercise?
Well, the term functional is defined as movement for everyday life. And so there is fitness, which have goals to help us keep fit, our cardio, our heart, our lungs, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't take into account movement for everyday life. We want to be able to keep up with the grandkids. We want to be able to lift things. We want to plan for those great vacations that James has just been on. And we want to be able to move and get up and just feel that we can challenge everyday life. And that comes from a holistic approach to mindset first and body second.
The importance here is that we work in before we work out. You talk about movement as medicine. Today, everything is medicine except medicine. Laughter is medicine. Gratitude is medicine. Movement is medicine. What types of movement, can you be more specific for us, offer the biggest return for people as we age?
So most people think that walking is the ideal thing for keeping fit, which it is, because we need good heart and lungs to breathe and for the heart to initiate. But the problem is it does not. Muscle growth and bone density are the two biggest issues as we age. We lose muscle growth and bone density. And it's important that we do activities that allow us to continue to lightly stress those activities. So we need to bend down and pick things up the right way so that we don't tweak our back. We need to be able to reach up and put things away. We need to be able to carry things in everyday life. So I use a system called RRPP, reach, rotate, push, pull. And
Say that again.
Reach, rotate, push, and pull. And these are the fundamental movements for everyday life. They allow us to bend down, pick things up. They allow us to turn around and move and stretch and get up and get down off things. And if we just continue to do those and mimic everyday life activities, it's going to make everything easier instead of shutting the muscles down, shutting the body down by sitting down.
Reach, rotate, push, and pull. I
Yes.
got it. I learned something important. This is valuable. It's an interesting question. You talk about the importance of muscle is as opposed to cardiac or walking, that kind of thing. When we go to the gym or we start a workout, we start exercising, we start our functional movement, what is the first thing to be doing? Weights, resistance training, or cardio?
That's the $1 million question.
Right.
And research has shown that there's no better way. If you're looking at weight loss, it's a combination of both. But the answer to that question is overall strength is the most important thing. Strength to pick things up, strength to move. But we have to move as well. So it's a combination of both. But again, it's the gradual progression that everybody fails to miss. They go in hard and the body gets shocked. And after 1 or 2 days, they're so sore, they never want to go inside a gym or do another exercise in their life. Well,
I actually have fun mixing it up. One day I'll go to the gym and I'll start doing some chest presses and then, whatever, pulls. And then I go on the cardio machine for 5-10 minutes. And I go back to weights and back and forth and back and forth. So I like to mix it up. So you just commented on something I'm wondering about. Why do you think so many people see movement as punishment rather than as empowerment? And how can we help people reframe that mindset?
Two things there. Most people see gyms as a restriction or a jail with 4 walls that are locking them in. And it's something where they've been sent to the naughty corner where they have to do an activity. We have to change and reframe mindset and look at goals, because goals change as we age as well. And it's important that we understand to meet people where they're at and we relate whatever they're doing to everyday topics and everyday life. I quite often have this in my group and community classes where I have 3-pound dumbbells on the ground and they look at those and they think, oh, I don't lift those, they're weights, I'm not going to lift them, they're too heavy. And they say, well, you pull a suitcase down, you walk and you do your shopping and you carry your groceries. They're heavier than that 3-pound weight. So it's all context. So I think we have to look and take a step back and say, how do we fit into our environment? How can we get benefits of what we do in our environment to move, and take it from that step and give them activities that relate to that. And they don't see it as punishment. They see it as a challenge with goals.
I remember many, many, many years ago at one of the fitness clubs here, when I first started bringing psychology into it, and many of the trainers thought I was crazy. I may have been, but I was bringing psychology into it. And I said, let's ask your clients, what's the heaviest thing you have to lift when you're preparing a meal? A gallon of water, a jug of juice. Exactly. This weight weighs.
Hold that thought, Dr. Mike. We got to take a station break. And I tell you what, we're going to come back. We're going to get back to that question. Whichever platform that you're watching us on, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
Doctor, James, JC, Cooley, James, Cooley, show. It's your life.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and as you already know, this 360-degree health with Dr. Michael Mantell, and the link is what you think. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but keep in mind, the link is what you think. And Dr. Mike is going to explain that a little bit later on down the line. But this guest that we have, he's just sitting back, just putting it out there, and I'm going to sit back and just listen to Dr. Mike. I'm going to turn it back over.
Okay, thank you very much, James. I appreciate that. So we were just talking about the idea of reframing movement, not as punishment, but as empowerment for life. And I was saying that, say to a client, like, what's the heaviest thing you lift when you're preparing a meal? And, it's a jug of water. How much you think that weighs? Here's a weight. That's a 3-pound weight. You don't think you can lift that? That's what you lift off. So it's a matter of reframing. And this brings us to the next topic that you really are so pioneering in. And that is bringing respect and weaving it into movement. Your approach seems deeply rooted in respect for the body, for each other, for the whole process of movement. Why do you think it's so important, especially when working with older adults?
Well, we are mammals and we crave for belonging and being part of a pack. And we know from research that we need to socialize. We need to be part of a group. Even when we want to be on our own, we still want to be recognized. And as I mentioned earlier, we need to go back to where we have to meet the client or the person where they want to be met, find out what drives them. And that comes back to respect. We have to understand where they're coming from, their wants and their needs. It's not about imposing what you think and your interpretation on that. It's understanding how you can be on the journey with that person. And that comes from the respect of what they've been through, respect of where they are, respect of how you can collaborate, because it all comes back to community and socialization. And if we can make them feel welcome, wanted, and a part of a community in one way, that community is going to grow both interior from the heart and also externally as well.
So what role do you think that listening in particular plays in your work? How can we help trainers, fitness coaches, caregivers, even families do this better?
It comes down to communication, and listening is the essential point here. Both doctors and us as practitioners in the wellness industry, it's a bad habit of ours of rushing to conclusions and sticking to timelines rather than going right back to creating questions around questions. Rather than a yes-no response, there's always an underlying, not necessarily issue, but underlying reason as to why they're doing what they're doing. And that comes back to listening and creating prompts and getting to the bare bones and the roots of what's going on. So the most essential part of anything is listening. The first session for me is not about, what are your goals? It's about, who are you? Tell me what you think. Where have you been? Where do you want to get to? How can we assist you on that journey? It's not what I can do for you or what qualifications I have.
It's not the hoorah, give me 10 more kind of thing anymore. This is why, and this is so important. We call it the fitness industry, but really we're starting to say the wellness industry. We talked about health for a long time. Now we're talking about longevity, and words matter. So when you talk about functional wellness, it's beyond give me 10 more push-ups. It's something that is much more meaningful. So lots of times people, especially folks who are older, think, oh, I'm too old, I can't do it. Go work with some younger people. They have a tremendous amount of self-disrespect, self-criticism. How do you help people shift from self-criticism and disrespect when it comes to aging and movement?
It comes back to mindset again and compliments, small things, because people always remember the negative things and they become overbearing. You only need one negative thing to downshoot 10 positive things. They get forgotten very easily because pain or bad experiences are remembered far more than the good experiences. And it's important that we shift that mindset. It's also about narrowing the goalposts. So what we want to do is we look at the small gains. And I remember a conversation I had with you not that long ago when somebody said, oh, it's a terrible day, I'm having a bad day, I don't do this and don't do that. And you said, well, you made it here, you're still alive, you have a roof over your head. It's all about making them realize that we can create small steps to create bigger steps, and from little things, big things come.
That's so important. When an older person comes to a gym or a community center or whatever it may be, and all they see around them are pictures of young people, sweating and doing all that stuff, and a young trainer who's younger than their grandkids sometimes comes up to them and pats on the back. Hey, let's see if you get. What is an older person supposed to do you think? What can they say to help that relationship grow?
From an older person's perspective, or from a client's perspective, it's about being able to put across their wants and their needs in a way, and just say, hey, look, I'm having problems walking, or I'm sore when I get out of bed in the morning. What activities can I do that will assist me to do this? And so it's reframing where they are at to a mindset of where the trainer is, so that they can understand that a little bit better. It's not just about the piece of equipment in front of them. It's about setting realistic goals. And I always create a visual picture around the results. So it's not about.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
It's not about the terminology. As you mentioned, it's about the terminology. And quite often I say, we don't want to use the term squat. We want to say, we need to get in and out of a chair. We need to sit down to go to the toilet. We need to get in and out of a car. And that's the activity that they see visually, and they can feel it visually. And if we create that connection, it's much easier for them. Oh, I understand why I'm doing this activity. Oh, I feel that I need to do this to get in and out of a car, to go upstairs. So it's the simplistic creation of a visual picture so that they can relate to it, not about what muscle's working and the name of the technical movement.
I wish I could remember the man's name. It begins with a K. Maybe you can remember it. He was giving a class once at a fitness conference. Most brilliant thing I heard. He said, when you stand up, then sit down, and then stand up and go. And when you're coming to the table to sit down, then stand up, and then Kravitz, Dr. Kravitz.
Dr. Len Kravitz, yes.
Kravitz. He said, then when you come to the table, sit down, stand up, and then sit down. He said, look at the number of squats you just did. I think it's so brilliant that he reframed the whole experience. And that's what you're talking about.
If the mind is not willing, the body is not able. And I think that's the big thing that we need to get our heads around. Create a great mindset, and we can then create a framework and a pathway to better movement.
Wow. You talk about the community. So how important is, coming together, fitness, aging, in the communities help uplift at least our older community?
It's the most essential thing. And Michael and I were having this conversation the other day of two older people going into the gym and sitting on a piece of equipment and just talking. And the trainer comes around and says, get off the equipment, you're wasting time, somebody's got to use it. And it's the connection with each other. It's what's going on before they've done the exercise. We need to frame things as we age. We need support in different ways, and that comes through communication. We can't, as I said, we're mammals, and we can't do things on our own. We need to be recognized. We need to do things. And I think that tying that back to statistics, one of the highest suicide rates in the world is men over the ages of 80. And that's because they shut down, they refuse to communicate, they don't socialize, won't talk about their problems, and they get to a stage where I just don't want to do this anymore. And we have to stop that. We have to create a supported network. We have to talk. We have to create fun around activity, create movement that people understand, and take down the walls of the gym and create an environment where they're happy.
Well, so we got about 2 minutes before the break, but what roles do daily rituals, family meals, or shared activity play in building community and health across generations?
As we age, we have more time on our hands, and it becomes better spent if we have an activity where we have a routine. It might just be every morning I wake up at 5 a.m. and I go for a walk, or I take the dog for a walk. But we need to fill time, and we do that as a community. We can't do it all on our own. So it's reaching out, it's communicating. It might be having a coffee with friends It might be going to the gym. It might be playing cards. And it might be just listening, as we spoke about before. Hey, how was your day? What did you get up to today? Or you're planning this big trip. Let's go on this trip together. It's all about creating foundations where we have something to look forward to rather than looking back on negativity.
Wow. You know, you mentioned something. We're getting ready to go to the break, but you mentioned something about the drill instructor. I was a drill instructor.
So, yes.
In the Navy, when I was an enlisted guy, I was a drill instructor, and I tell you, you leave an everlasting impact on all the recruits that come through your company. In that case, the Navy, you know, they're just coming in. But I was impressed when you mentioned that, the way that you handle these things. I'll tell you, I'm going to take a station break. When we get back, I'm turning it right back over to Dr. Michael Mantell. The link is what you think. I think he's going to say something about that in the next segment. You know, so,
Fantastic.
And so if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you, it's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible, integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are, grow in faith, and build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today? Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, this gentleman, Ken, is laying out a whole lot of nuggets, and that we need to understand that we are going to age, and I call it season. It's going to happen, and it's a lot of things that we need to have in our mind, living longer and stronger through respect in the communities. So he is laying out all of these great things, I tell you. And then we got Dr. Michael Mantell. The link is what you think. Starting in 2 weeks, we will be switching 360 Health to Tuesday, where we lock in all the radio stations along with all of the live feeds. Saying that you will be able to call in and ask him any question that you might have. So keep that in mind. Not next week, but the week after that. It will be on Tuesday. And this incredible Dr. Michael Mantell is going to bring it to you. But, Doc, before we even start, I want to talk a little bit about the link is what you think. And I know there's 5 tips that I think you have mentioned. Can you talk about those things?
Absolutely. First of all, I realize, James, you don't have my book to hold up, but there it is. The link is what you think. I get you a copy.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
We got to get you a copy.
It's a great book.
Thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate it. So, let me share with you 5 quick little tips on how we can promote ourselves, okay? Number 1, don't believe your imagined fears are real. They're not. Number 2, compare and despair. Comparing yourself to others or to other times in your life can prevent you from moving forward. Number 3, start your day with a direction, a plan, a goal. What can go right today? Number 4, replace what if with so what? And number 5, forget achieving perfection and instead strive to be resilient. Remember, the real link is what you think. And if you found or you heard 5 points that sparked even one new way to live better today, then mission accomplished.
Dr. Mike, I got to get that book. I got to read that book. I mean, you just laid out tips that's a gem to others. And wow. So I'm looking forward to getting an opportunity to know a whole lot more about the book. Dr. Mike, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
We'll get a copy to you, James. We'll make it required reading at Viridian University.
Well, we might be able to do that. I'm the chancellor.
Okay, Professor Michael. So Ken, you said earlier, or you have said, I've read and I've heard you say, that community is the secret sauce. What does that look like in practice in your programs, in the gyms in which you are working, community centers which you're working throughout Australia and the rest of the world?
It's positivity, and it's having the right people around you. And we will obviously get into this more when we speak about the family unit, because we all need support and we all need that listening. But it starts with the front desk, because as you mentioned, there are posters and mirrors up everywhere, and which is quite an intimidating process for the aging demographic. But a smiling face and the words, "Welcome, how can I help you?" are the starting point, because community starts where people are looking to come into that community and feel their safe place. So you mentioned the young trainers too, that, look the part and do everything. They may also be very good trainers for the community if they have good listening and communication skills, because quite often our community thinks that's my daughter or that's my son-in-law, and I'd love to have a conversation and connect with them, and they feel that community through that. So it's taking away intimidation, it's listening, and it's feeling comfortable. It's all the connective opportunities around that. So people may not necessarily be coming in to work out. They may be just coming in to connect with a community. And that starts with a group fitness class. It starts with asking the right questions. What can we do to help you? What do you need? It might just be education, because apart from communication, knowing the why is the big connecting factor from our demographic. We can't tell people what to do. They have to understand why they're doing it. Otherwise, they're not going to do it. So less intimidating, nice and friendly, the right questions, and breaking down those walls and barriers.
I walked into a gym a number of years ago, went up to the front desk, and of course they don't greet you. They just are busy doing whatever they're doing or talking to each other. I said, I was going to work out here. I'm sorry, I don't belong. And she said, we can sign you up. I said, no, I'm a member, but I'm looking around at the pictures, and I said, I don't belong here. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, you have pictures of always 25-year-olds with huge muscles, sweating and so forth. I don't see a picture of anyone who looks 76 years old. Person didn't understand what I was talking about. We need to build a culture where the first job of the person at that front desk is not to be talking to the person next to them, but as you say, to be greeting the person. Hey, hi, Michael, come on in. What you up to today? And everyone who leaves, hope you had a great experience. Not a workout, a great experience today. Maybe I didn't work out. So I'm answering my own question about how fitness spaces can become more welcoming and inclusive, especially for people who feel forgotten and people who feel left behind. So you've answered some of that. Any other thoughts about that? You mentioned family being a part of this element of inclusiveness and respect as well. Let's get into that. Tell me about that.
Well, it doesn't come down just to fitness programs, and I work at a club or a fitness center that is a community-based, like the Y. So they have kids programs, they have the creche, they have the coffee shop, they have education sessions, and the biggest programs aren't the weight training or things like that. It's what we call active moves. It's about preparing people for everyday life. And we have Parkinson's people, we have stroke people and everything that communicate and work together, and they have coffee together, they introduce their families together. It's about breaking down those walls and making them feel welcome. It's also having the right people to deliver those tools. So that comes back to the education, and that's where my company comes into creating a community for trainers where they can educate and create a greater community. But that's the foundation of that. It's about getting back to play. It's getting back to, it's not what you do with us in this building. It's how we can help you to enjoy life when you leave.
It's so important. I mean, the concept that you're suggesting is that life is transformed more by belonging than by barbells. And you need that belonging in order to get to the barbells. Ken, tell us the name of your company again.
I'm the founder of the Healthy Aging Institute, and we founded this because we felt there was a need for fitness professionals and wellness people to come to us to get the best education so that they can educate themselves to make their clients feel more welcome. It comes back to the link is what you think. If the mind is not willing, the body is not able. And it's really, really important that we create that safe foundation and understand where our clients and our people are coming from so that we can assist them to longevity and a better way of life.
Dr. Michelle Cooley, hi, welcome.
Hi, Dr. Mantell. Ken, the gym that me and James belong to, it's interesting. They have classes for everybody, right? And one of the most important thing is it's not all about the classes. It's all about the recreational events after the classes, like sit down with a group, like a cafe, Gab Fest, or, events where everyone can get together and just discuss not just health and fitness, but can just feel part of the community and part of the family that this fitness center is trying to promote. How important is that?
It's absolutely essential. The most important thing, as I said, we're mammals and we sense a feeling to belong. We have to be part of that. And it's interesting, if you look at dogs or wolves or even lions, when they discard one of the animals from the pack, it's very rare that that animal survives over a period of time because it's not part of the community and it just shuts down or it loses the ability to do things in everyday life. As we age, that becomes more important because we need more empathy, we need understanding, we need communication, and that's created through the socialization skills that we have. And that comes back to our family and being part of something and recognizing that we belong.
Our good friend. Oh, I'm sorry, JC.
Yeah, we're going to take a station break, but I tell you, I like how he just said that. And I tell you, we're going to take a station break. We're going to come back, and we got a lot more Ken and Dr. Michael Mantell. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Christian University, we believe education is more than just a degree. It's a pathway to a purpose-driven life. Whether you're advancing your career, pursuing a passion, or building a new future, VCU's 100% online programs give you the flexibility to learn on your terms, anywhere, anytime. With expert faculty, personalized mentorship, and a faith-centered approach, you'll gain the skills, knowledge, and leadership you need to make a lasting impact. VCU offers bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees, each designed to empower you for success in today's fast-changing world. Join a global community of believers, learners, and leaders. Ready to start your journey? Viridian Christian University, transforming lives, empowering futures. Visit us at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. That's ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Dr. James, JC, Cooley, Cooley, show. It's your life.
Hello Africa, greetings to you wherever you are. The Africa Trade and Investment Conference 2025 kicks off from July 9th to 11th. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania is where the future is gathered. Register now, don't miss this chance to connect, learn and lead. Come hear from the leaders, the visionaries, change makers, and policy drivers shaping Africa's tomorrow. It's all about building prosperity through trade, innovation, and continental collaboration. With strong support from trusted partners across sectors, this is a united front for progress. Together, we rise to build a stronger, smarter, and more connected Africa.
Hello, welcome to James. Show us your life, and I tell you, I'm thoroughly enjoying this conversation. Dr. Mike, we got to have this guy back.
Oh my goodness, I've got so many more questions. We'll never finish. Let's have you back, Ken.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And I want to say a little something before we start. I want to talk about this university called Reframing Christian University. It's okay. I'm not talking about it just because I'm the chancellor of it, but I'm talking about it because it gives an opportunity, regardless of where you're at in the world, opportunity to further your education, to whatever you're looking for. We got over 36 programs from bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degree programs that will help you achieve any goal that you might have. And it's probably 1/4 the cost of a regular program. So just think about that. Berean Christian University. Just go to BereanChristianUniversity.com and look us up. And I think we got a spot for you. We got you. So this conversation is so great. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Dr. Mike. I know Michelle has a question. You still got a question? You are on mute.
No, I already asked that question before the break, and Mr. Baldwin just answered it perfectly.
So, as he always does. As he always does.
We got 7 minutes before the end of the show. So Dr. Mike, it's yours.
Okay, so I wanted to, we both know Walter Bortz, MD, very fine, distinguished specialist in aging. He has a very famous line. He says, "It's never too late to start and always too soon to stop when it comes to physical activity and movement." What for you, Ken? What is the biggest myth when it comes to aging when it comes to wellness in aging that you'd like to vanish? What's the biggest aging wellness myth you'd like to vanish?
I think that doctors and also society in general, when they come to retirement, they say, okay, you've had a good life, you need to sit down and you need to rest.
Okay.
And so if you don't use it, you lose it. If you want to live your life, you have to be in your life, not just sit back and watch it go by. So there are two things. You can watch your life go by, or you can be part of it and create a new life and live your life. Don't be part of the what if. What if I've done this? Don't wonder if I could have done it. I want to go skydiving. Go and do skydiving. There's nothing holding you back except yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing. Dream to believe. There is something there for everybody. And it all comes back to the foundation of keep going. I can do this. I want to do this. Don't think about what if I didn't do this.
What do you think it is that gives people who have lost spouses, battled chronic illnesses, felt invisible? In your experience working with people who bounce back through this, what is it that gives them the spark to move again? What is that secret ingredient?
It's communication, and it's the will to live. It's the will to create, and it's the will to move forward with some sort of motivation and some sort of goal. I've got a 93-year-old client that I just started seeing about a month ago. His wife passed away 6 months ago, and he was in that void where he was doing nothing, and he was sitting at home, and he thought, I've got to get out and do stuff. I'm wasting away here. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I need to do something. And he's come back. He's socializing now. He's talking. He's looking at joining communities, and he's moving, more importantly, and he's feeling that he can go out and walk and he can get up, and his mindset has completely changed. So he's looking forward to the rest of his life being the best of his life.
In order to do, we talk about mindset being where it all starts. He didn't just wake up in one morning and say, okay, I'm going to go do this. He had to think two thoughts. I'm curious what you think. Number one, this is important for me to do. This is healthy for me to do. And number two, I can do it. That's what gives him this fuel to then go try. What do you think about that?
I think that's essential, and it's the next step too. I can't do this on my own. I need to understand that I have to create a community. My rock, my foundation is no longer with me. I have to create a wall to lean on. I have to find people I can trust, that I can talk to. And that starts with the foundation of community.
Ken, what's the legacy? You have many more years to go, to 120, as we say. But what's the legacy you hope to leave in this space of functional wellness and dignity and respect and community?
It's understanding. It's the ability. I want to be able to leave and have my community and my people thinking that there is help out there, that we do have a community that creates respect, that we have the ability to listen and grow together. And I think that's extremely important, because we're losing that as a family unit thanks to social media and other aspects of pressure. We need to come back to traditional ways of life where the family supports each other, the family listens together, they do things together, and we need to transition that across into everyday life.
We have just a moment. Two quick questions. One word answer. One word to describe aging done well.
Wow, that's tough.
That's too many words.
Embodiment of life. Embodiment.
Got it. If people want to be in touch with you, Ken, and I'm sure our audience will be, how can they reach you?
They can reach out to me on Facebook, Ken Baldwin. They can find our page, the Healthy Aging Institute, on Facebook pages. And they can also reach me directly on my email, ken@perform-better.com.au. And I will get back to you, and I'm always here. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you very much.
This has been such an extraordinary discussion. I don't like to call it interview. And Ken, you are welcome back.
I'd love to come back anytime.
And, so I'd like to thank Dr. Michael Mantell again for hitting a grand slam, by bringing this guest on. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another outstanding show. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also on the radio on Sunday, San Diego, KCBQ The Answer at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Dallas at 6 p.m. on Sundays, Central Time, and all across the world on other platforms. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.
Thank you very much.